Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar Ashram We shall start the sharing of our experiences with gratitude to Bhagwan for giving us one more opportunity to chant His powerful name together with all. We could have been distracted from this in any way, but the determination to join this Nama Sankirtan, no matter what, can only be pure grace from Bhagwan. So those of us who enjoyed this, be grateful to Bhagwan for the specific grace. Once again, we shall share an experience of a devotee, how Bhagwan came to their rescue, the most difficult time of their life. Shri Challakani Nadar was very dear to Bhagwan. She was actually a devotee of Swami Jnanananda of Tapovanam, Tirukovilur. But after his Mahasamadhi, Shri Challakani Nadar sought Bhagwan's blessings and began to come to him regularly, earned his love by his devotion. His grandson is Kannan. His daughter Bhuvaneshwari and her husband Sarasundar. They live in Chennai now. Their son Kannan was at the time in the college. It was 1986. December 4th, when Kannan had gone on an excursion to Goa with his fellow students, by a twist of fate, he was thrown out of a running van accidentally. You can imagine the van that was moving with high speed, and by some jerk of the van, he was thrown out. He landed on the ground with a heavy head injury. There must have been hemorrhage. He was immediately rushed to a hospital in Goa. His uncle, Srimati Bhuvaneshwari's brother, Shri Jayaraj, was at the time in Kanyakumari. As soon as the news reached him, he was very upset. Immediately he gave a telegram to Bhagwan about this. Kannan, having met with an accident, admitted in the hospital. Of course, Kannan, because that was being head injury, he went into coma. The doctors said they could give any hope at all only after 48 hours. He was in grave danger. Then, of course, as soon as Bhagwan's eyes fell upon the message, the telegram, things began to move fast. Shri Jayaraj took a doctor, Dr. Mailvahanan, with him. He rushed to Goa and shifted Shri Kannan immediately from Goa to Bombay, Jastlok Hospital. You see, the blood was coming through the ear for 3 days. What a grave situation. The doctors said that an immediate surgery in the head was necessary. But then Bhagwan had seen the telegram, blessed the message, blessed Kannan. So after a day or two, it stopped. The blood stopped coming, and then the doctor felt there was no need for surgery. So a major surgery was averted by Bhagwan's grace. But then Shri Kannan was still in coma. Consciousness did not return to him. It was a very grave situation that he escaped. A head surgery in itself was a great, great blessing from Bhagwan. In the meantime, Bhuvaneshwari's another sister's husband, Sri Chanbagraj, also joined them. He was a great moral support to Bhuvaneshwari and her husband. So the two brothers, Jayaraj and the brother-in-law, Chanbagraj, were with them. And then he continued to be in coma, but after that he was taken out of this ICU. But still he was in coma. So on 26th December, they returned, Chanbagraj and Jayalakshmi, Bhuvaneshwari's sister. They came to see Bhagwan, and they reported to him that Kannan had not come out of coma. And they were saying that the parents of Kannan were in great agony, the physical and mental agony. Bhagwan said to them, Shri Chellakani Nada was very dear to him. He was very devoted to Bhagwan. And because Kannan was dear to Chellakani Nada, that he prayed to his father, and father would save him. He gave his word. And then he asked Jayalakshmi to give a report every 3 days after ringing up to Bhuvaneshwari in Bombay that Kannan's condition must be updated to him. And suddenly overcome by the grief of all that was happening, Jayalakshmi cried out and said, Swami, Kannan's parents are in great agony. How can we help them? Is there a way we can help them? Swami suddenly got up. He went inside and came back only after 15 minutes. You see, Kannan was still a college student. He studied in Doon School, Dehradun, very famous for VIP's sons. And then he had joined a college and this has happened. Their only son. They have a daughter, of course. So when Jayalakshmi put this question, Bhagwan said, my father has saved him. My father has saved Kannan. In 15 days, his consciousness would return to him. Nothing to worry. You please tell them that he will get back his consciousness. So this was a great news for them. They felt relieved by the assurance of Bhagwan. It did not take even 10 days, 15 days, as Bhagwan said. It was 26th December they met him and got the assurance from Bhagwan. On the 1st January 1987, in a week's time, Kannan groaned. There was a groaning sound from him. The nurse nearby commented, "Oh, his battery is recharged now." She exclaimed happily because there was some movement, there was some noise from his throat. And then 2 days after, on the 3rd January, he opened his eyes, called out, "Amma." So when she went near, he put his both hands on her neck and then asked, "Where am I?" To the great delight of the doctors, nurses, and the relatives around. The doctors were all stunned. The nurses. They all said it was a miracle. The consciousness returned to him after such a severe head injury with no surgery. It was pure grace. But then there are other stages to cross still. He must get back his memory power. He must be able to, his brain must begin to function normally. So here again, on the 17th of January, Jayaraj once again came to Swami, but this time with lots of fresh fruits for Bhagwan. He bought them only for Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan. So when he took them there, Bhagwan looked at them and said, "Oh, they are very fresh, nice. Jayaraj, you take them all to Bombay. Give it to Kannan to eat if the doctors permit it. It would still be fresh when you reach there. You can give it to Kannan to eat." So he took them all. He went to Bombay, and when he entered, to his great delight and surprise, Kannan was sitting up on the bed. What was more, he was feeling hungry. See, up till then, he was being fed by the tubes. And now for the first time, he got up, he felt hungry, and as soon as Jayaraj entered, he showed the apple sent by Bhagwan, just for Kannan. Immediately, without asking anybody, without asking doctor or the nurse, Kannan grabbed the apple from Swami and took a bite, a big bite. And just then, the doctor entered. He was also delightfully surprised when he saw Kannan sitting up and eating. He said, "Okay, hereafter he can have solid food." He was very, very happy. And then he started to talk to Kannan. He asked him about his name, the college, and so many other things. And Kannan seemed to remember even the phone numbers. What a surprise, what a miracle. The doctor said it is a pure miracle. It's a miracle by the divine. It could not have happened like this at all. So soon Kannan picked up health. At the end of the month, he was discharged. In fact, Bhagwan said to Jayaraj, when you reach Bombay, when you go to Kannan, Kannan will be all right and he will come back home soon. And true to his word again, Kannan was discharged at the end of the month. And then they took him in April on the Tamil New Year Day. They took him to see Bhagwan. Bhagwan, of course, welcomed him. He was also happy that Kannan had recovered. He made Kannan walk up and down several times and then made him sit by his side. He took Kannan's head between his hands and was working on him. He asked him to say the Doom School prayer and sing some Tapovan bhajans, which he did to the delight of everybody. And again, they went back to Swami on his birthday, Kannan's birthday, and Swami pronounced, declared, my father blesses Chiranjeevi Kannan. Chiranjeevi means a long life for Kannan. Long live Kannan. Chiranjeevi is a title given to a person who lives eternally. And then Bhagwan said to them, you people go. He's recovered 99% now. When Jayaraj went to him with the fruits, fresh fruits, he had already recovered 75%. But after that, there was a fast improvement. And now, he's recovered 99%, but then there is still a little more. You people go to Anandashram. And there, he would be all right 100%. This is what Bhagwan said to them, and then they rushed to Anandashram. And as soon as Kannan walked in, people would remember the mango trees there in front of the shrine. And when Kannan was walking, a fresh fruit fell down right at his feet. Immediately bent down and picked it up, and some devotee of Papa Ramdas remarked, oh, this is Papa's gift to you. Indeed, Kannan became 100% all right by the grace of Bhagwan. And then Bhagwan asked him to do BA literature. He did that, and then 1-year diploma course in business management. He got married. Things became completely normal for him in every aspect of life. Now, there was one thing that Bhagwan told him which we should also listen to. He told Kannan, as soon as the accident took place, the head injury and all, it is your uncle Jayaraj who reported it to this beggar. You should always be grateful to him. You should never forget the help that he did to you by sending the telegram to this beggar. We should always be grateful to him. If Kannan should be grateful to Jayaraj, how much more should we all be grateful to Bhagwan for everything that he does, for everything that he did in the past, for everything that he is doing right now. This is an advice for all, though he used this. There is an indirect advice to all of us. This gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, to the divine, to one's Guru. is the path for salvation, path for higher life. This gratitude. Now, you see in all these things, I've been just saying one thing after the other, jumping days over a sentence. It seems very simple when we describe it, but imagine all that agony that was involved. How much the parents would have gone through, how much the relatives would have suffered, how much work had to be done. In fact, Bhagwan said at the end, when they went there, this beggar could not save Mahatma Gandhi, this beggar could not save Indira Gandhi, but Father saved Kannan. It is left to anybody's guess what he really meant by that. So you see, we do not know how we deserve a miracle. Somewhere the grace does the work, but then even to receive the grace, even to invoke grace, we need grace. And to be able to receive the grace, we need grace. At every level, the beginning, middle, and the end, it's grace all through. And we can only appeal to the grace. We have to beg, especially in a situation like this, what the world is going through right now, under this terrible grip of this teeny tiny virus. Even the superpowers of the world have no answer to this. They just have to submit to the will of God. And we do not know why God willed so. We have invited the situation in some way. So now we have to appeal to Bhagwan. This Bhagwan is here right in front of us with his raised hand in benediction. Bhagwan, we do not know how we invited it, though we have an idea, because we have been, this is Kali Yuga, the dark age,